Joined by Wexford Youths skipper Kylie Murphy. Kylie, been here, done it, seen it, got the t-shirt. Another FAI Cup Final, week starting off. They're always exciting, aren't they?
Yeah, unreal. Love it. Absolutely love it. I'm probably enjoying the run up to it this year, I suppose, a bit more than any other year. I don't know, is it maybe more of an experience thing, or like you say, we've done it before, but I suppose before, you know, nerves and things like that, you'd be just rattling and you'd be just wishing the week away just to get there. But I know I'm just probably taking that in now, because, you know, at the end of the day, you just don't know, like, could be the last one, so I'm definitely going to take it all in and enjoy it.
Does the fact of how much of a exciting Women's National League season we've had as well, does that help a lot?
Yeah, of course it does. It's class, like, do you know, Saturday night was unbelievable. Like, the only sad part about it is that we weren't involved in it. Do you get me? I know we were playing and you could be involved in the results, but as in terms of fighting for our National League, I would love to be one of them teams that was fighting for it. But it was class. Like, it was medlem. To be on the pitch, like what was going on, the roars out of the Talca support, do you know what I mean? Like, it was just, you could see the girls, you could feel it in them. I mean, Shells were going to the corner with 15 minutes to go, like, but we hadn't even registered that Peamount were losing by that much. Like, it was just, I think I turned around at one stage and I said to Ciara Grant, what is going on? And she said, Peamount are losing 5-2. My jaw nearly hit the floor. Like, I done a couple of interviews a couple of weeks ago, and in the interviews I said that Peamount had it wrapped up. I thought it was done and dusted. So, I mean, I was envious of Shells. I wanted to be that team, and my heart broke for Peamount a little bit, because to lose it the way they done, it was, do you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to pick themselves up from that, and it's really disappointing. But I mean, in terms of for the Women's National League, I thought it was phenomenal.
But like, I spoke to Chloe Masaki after the game, and Chloe said, I didn't get drawn in. She said, I didn't know until very late on. Like, she thought at some stage the Roars were just coming with something they were doing.
Yeah.
Didn't realise that it was actually registered.
Absolutely, like, that's what we were kind of thinking the same. They were just getting behind the team. And then when Ciara said that, I couldn't believe it. I really just thought, I mean, what a performance Galway put in. And I watched back the goals, like, there were some crackers.
It's mad though, like, we think Galway's probably the reason why you weren't involved in that fight in the end.
They've had such a say, like, that's what my first thought, like, coming off was, if we hadn't lost that game against Galway, like, what a stamp they've put on the league this year, do you know? And they've always been thereabouts threatening, and they're genuinely one of the teams that I don't like playing, because they're always just so physical and strong, and they're ballers, like, they're well able to play, and they go at you, do you know? So I think they're going to make a huge stride forward after the results they've had this year. I think next year you're going to see a lot of Galway.
I think the biggest compliment that people can give Stephen Lally and Stephen Quinn is the fact that both men were probably their strongest available teams for the games. They both understood the importance of it for the league. That it just could be easy for you on Saturday night to maybe rest one or two, or take it easy. But Stephen said, like, you hadn't played the week before, so you didn't want to go into a cup final on the back of a couple of weeks off. But it still would have been easy just to say, listen, you don't risk anybody. Like, I know Lauren Dwyer and Keith Gray didn't play because of niggles, but you know, like, the likes of yourself, even maybe Avine or Ellen, it could have been easy to just say, listen, the likes of Kate Laws, you know, your young kids, give them a chance.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, it shows the respect as well for the competition.
Well, absolutely, like, and the reality is, no matter the results, and we knew we couldn't win a National League, we still wanted to finish as high as we could. Do you know what I mean? We still wanted to give them a game, and no matter what, it's always pride in the jersey. Like, we'll always play as best we can, and any 11 players that go out on the pitch, we're always going to play as best we can. But yeah, no, it says an awful lot. And I mean, Adele going in goal, like, I mean, that's the type of teammate you want. Do you know what I mean? She was asked, not a blip, straight away, yes, that was her answer, straight in, not a bother. Do you know what I mean? And she actually done quite a good job. Do you know, for someone, a midfielder come goalkeeper, it's just, that's the type of teammates we have, and she's just, I actually thought she'd done relatively well.
You'd have done it yourself if the question was asked, there's no doubt you did.
Well, come here, at the start of the season, I was told I was going to be a striker, and my jaw nearly had to be picked up off the floor, so, but I went and done it, do you know what I mean? And I worked hard all year, and learning how to, I suppose, the difference in a midfielder and a striker, and I went and I worked hard, and it's just what you do for your teammates. But I felt for Adele, as in regards I knew what she was going through, because I was only moving a step forward. Like, her moving positions was a whole different kettle of fish, you know. But she took it on the chin, and not a bother, and that's the type of person and player that she is.
But you talk about moving up further forward. You were rewarded with a lot of goals this year. Unfortunately, probably very disappointed just to be one off the Golden Boot, especially how far you've come. But it just shows though, you know, the hunger, the fight, it's all still there as much as it was the first day you put on the Wexford Youths jersey.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I suppose a little bit disappointing now when I realise I'm only a goal off it. But at the start of the season, I would have never even have dreamt it. You know, I would have just, for me, it was just right to actually not make show of myself up front. Do you know? But like, I mean, all credit to Anya. Like, she's a phenomenal player, and she's banging goals in, week out. You know, you couldn't take it away from her. The proof was in the pudding, and congratulations to her, because she's been a stalwart in the Women's National League for so many years. But look, it is what it is, and I mean, I've scored some goals, but I've missed them as well, you know. And I suppose for me, it's I look back now at the chances that I missed, and I know I can't go back, but I mean, I just need to, if the lads decide to keep me up there next year or wherever they decide to put me, I just, you know, I'll give everything. And like you said, from day one, like, I'll give everything to that jersey, everything I have until the day I walk off the pitch, no matter what the game, no matter what the trophy's weighing, no matter if it's a Nottingham game, I'm all or nothing.
Last December, you were sitting over at the media in the East Stand. You were commentating on the cup final. Probably a little bit envious of Peamount and Cork walking out. I know it was behind closed doors, but Sunday you get to lead your Wexford Youths team out to another cup final.
Yeah, I'm absolutely delighted. I'm really looking forward to it. I remember that last year, and envious is definitely the word I'd use. Yeah, so envious that we weren't out there. And I was up here early, and I see the players out and doing their walk around the pitch, and you could see them, like, you could see the buzz in them, you know. But come Sunday, every other National League team is going to be either here or watching on and wishing they were in it, you know, as we were last year. So I feel really lucky that we're there. But in saying that, like, nothing's going to be handed to us either, you know. It's Shelburne are a phenomenal team, and I mean, it's going to take a hell of a lot to stop them, you know. So we just have to bring it now on Sunday as best we can.
And you've had a cracking history with Shelburne in cup competitions. You've had successes, they've had successes. You know, there's been some big games, there's been some tough defeats as well. But it's always been, bar the one where they beat you 5-0, it's always been nip or tuck. It's never been a lot in the meter.
No, absolutely. I think it's going to be a really good. I think it's going to be a really good game. I do like it. Here's hoping we do see a lot of goals and we see a lot of drama, and, you know, hopefully we're on the right side of it at the end of it. But like, I mean, they're going to give 100%, and so are we. So whatever's to be, it'll be at the end of the day.
You've probably got a few young little lions in your side who haven't experienced this before. How do you, as captain, sort of rein them in this week, just to pull the tails back a little bit and not let them get over-eager or over-excited, or do you let them get over-eager?
No, absolutely not. I mean, the girls are, there's no doubt about it, like, they're going to be really excited, they're going to be really nervous as well. Like, I mean, they're kids, like, you know, but like, phenomenal players and hugely important players for us, you know. So it's very important that we just find that kind of balance, that they're excited but it's not, and the nerves are not overtaking what they can do on a pitch, because those girls can change games. And you know, it's up to me and the likes of Nick and Adele and the senior players to just take care of them. Like I'll be watching them all week now, making sure they're, you know, we definitely don't let their heads get too big anyway. We're always
Kylie Murphy-esque with a little arm around the shoulder.
Exactly, yeah, absolutely. But you know, they're very level-headed, you know, and for as young as they are, they're very knowledgeable as well, and they know what it's about, you know. And it's great. Like, I mean, 17, 18 years of age getting to play in a cup final, you know, like, we had to wait years before we could even put a stamp on winning a medal. So it's fantastic, and I'm so delighted for them, and I'm so delighted to be able to do it with them as well, you know, and to experience this with them before whenever we do decide to finish up.
The problem is and something you said earlier in the interview, is that you're all or nothing, and football is a massive part of your life. It always has been, and it'll be tough on that day does come. But thankfully, from what you're saying now, is you've already started mentioning it on next season, so we know that it isn't coming just yet. But it's just going to be cherish every memory you can make. Well,
that's it. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said earlier, with this cup final, like, I'm just taking it all in and actually enjoying it, instead of being like the hustle and bustle. And like the media days, and it's normally I'd be, you know, wishing them away and just wanting to get there, but I'm just really enjoying it and taking it all in. And do you know what I mean? What's to be, will be, and I suppose that's coming with experience. You know, it's a couple of years ago, it was just, you know, for me it was life and death. Like, you would literally die if you didn't win. Do you know what I mean? Whereas the reality is, it's not life or death. And it's a hobby, and we play the game because we love it. And do you know what I mean? And how lucky are we to get to go out there on Sunday now and play in Tala in front of all our supporters and fans of the Women's National League, all of ye that are there week in, week out. You know, it's just, I feel really lucky now, kind of, rather than, you know, wishing it away, just really lucky to be there, and I'm really going to enjoy it.
Like, I remember the start of the successful Wexford period, and speaking to you, and you could see in the lead up to a cup final how nervous you were sort of on edge. You just wanted to get going, whereas now you could see you've taken it all in, even speaking to some of your teammates and even speaking to Stephen as well. Like, you're just taking every little bit of moment, and you're just going, you're going to enjoy it. The week, the build up, you know, it's the media's out of the way now. It's just football.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know, I'd be, Jesus Christ, years ago I'd be wound up. I wouldn't be able to sleep for days before, and I'd be like a psycho. Do you know what I mean? There couldn't be one thing could be out of place, or do you know? Whereas now it's like, do you know, look, I mean, we've done the prep. There's no point in overthinking it this week. I mean, what's to be, will be. We need to just go out now and give it everything. But exactly, like, there's no point in getting too caught up about it, because you can wish it away, and like, they're huge moments. So you just need to just, like you said, take it all in.
Brilliant, Kylie. Very best of luck on Sunday.
Thanks very much, Aaron.